theme that I noticed listening to your podcast, listening to your TikToks was the idea of talk about, and I think it's in your bio, heal loudly. I really like that because I think our society is sort of conditioned into suppressing what we're going through, how we're feeling. And a lot of times, whether it's pushed on us from someone outside of us, someone close to us, or within ourselves, we just don't feel like we can express that because we might be judged, or we might be looked down upon, or we might be thought of as less because of that. But what I've found, at least in my own life, because I used to think that way and now I don't, I'm pretty open about things. I talk about stuff. I'm openly willing to discuss things. And I've found that as humans, as a society, as a race, we're really not so different. And anything I share really is just something that has helped me with, going through all the things in life, all the emotions, the ups and the downs. And I found that a lot of people happen to resonate with that. So, and I think it goes along very well with, being your most authentic self, is just not having that hesitation to be open and be vulnerable and share your struggles and things that you're going through. So with that being said, was there a point that you weren't doing that? And was there like a realization that you had where like, why am I not doing this? Why am I keeping this all bottled up? Like I should share more, blah, blah, blah. Was there like a moment in your life that you experienced it where there, I'm sure there was, steps like anything, sort of a journey, but I'd love to hear just about if there was a shift or how that process has looked for you and the benefits you've seen since opening up more.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there was for sure a shift. Like a lot of us, the pandemic kind of put a lot of things into perspective and changed the way that I think we wanted to communicate and the things that we wanted out of life. So I would say uh, I was very sick a couple of years ago, and it got to the point where it was like, I can either talk about this or I can pretend like it didn't happen. And I believe that it's an Elizabeth Gilbert quote that goes, "The truth has legs." And so I'm for sure a person that's always like, the best way out is through, because if you don't go through it now, you're going to have to go through it later, or the universe is going to give you the same lesson until you learn it. So it's like you might as well just freaking do it the hard way. Um so in terms of healing, that's kind of I guess the perspective shift that I had was kind of like, I don't want anyone else to be sick in the same way that I was sick, not just physically, but like mentally, emotionally, spiritually. I also used to work in a religious institution, and there came a point where I there was a lot of like racial injustice happening within this institution. And even though I am a self-identifying cisgendered straight white woman, there was just something in me that really was like, I'm not gonna fuck with this. Like I'm not going to condone this or be a part of an institution that propels the problem that I stand against. And so that was also kind of a definite shift for me, was realizing like, if I'm not free, no one else is free. Like we all have to be free together. And I want to be free, and I know you want to be free. And so why are we being so quiet about it? Like I think that the best way to be free is to talk about things. So that's kind of, I guess that's kind of a spark notes of what has happened thus far.
That's amazing. I love that. And unfortunately, if you want to be free, more than likely you're going to upset people who want to be comfortable,
That's
because you
right.
can't have both, right? Freedom isn't comfortable. Freedom is uncertain, right? Having limitless potential is uncertain. That's the
Yeah.
whole point, right? Is you can go in any direction you want. If it was certain, it wouldn't be limitless.